Now look at, so shameful. And people keep defending President Mohammed, but they say, I don't like it. How can you say I don't like him? I get him. I like him. All I want is the best for the country. Just do what you're supposed to do. And my job as opposition, which is like the conscience of the vote, is to say the truth at all times. I'm not going to massage him. Are you getting me? So I'm not going to lie. So the point is this. Can you imagine Nigeria, the giant of Africa, Ghana, and their people, whatever will happen, they demolish our embassy. In international law, that is declaration of war. Our first missile would have dropped. But do you have a president that can do that? He's going to go and beg them. Can you tell me what happened? No. We should have locked all their embassies here, arrested their staff. The international community would have been mediating. That is how you show you have a leadership. But I told Nigeria that you don't have a leader. You look at it, you say you are Nigeria, you're a country. You call yourself, can Nigeria call yourself a country? Nigeria is a woman, you can't call yourself a country. Ghana demolish your embassy. What do you call that in international law? But did you see your president address the nation to be in a warm mood or threaten? He's sleeping somewhere. I told you, something is wrong. And we said this from day one. He's unfit for the office. They say, oh, the opposition is making reckless comment. Now, where is the president at the time of international emergency? What made Ghana have the audacity to send their caterpillar into our diplomatic building? Because they know that Nigeria have no leader. They know that Nigerian leaders are sleeping. Either they are sleeping or incapacitated, or they are political hallelujah bossing in the parliament singing the praise of the executive, that nothing will happen. That is why they have the audacity to go into that place and demolish without following all the diplomatic channel and demolish our embassy. Other countries will follow suit. Of course, they have started doing it in different parts of the world. In Congo, they threw away the properties of Nigerian embassy because they know Nigeria doesn't. Remember the days of Obasanjo, those great days, are you getting me? When you have strong, even Abacha would have retaliated on this particular issue as bad as it was. But why is the president not retaliating? Why is he not addressing the nation? Why is he not telling us what happened in Ghana? No, because you do not expect a man to give what he does not have. This is a man that inside his own house, there was gunfire between his wife and a small boy, a PA. What did the president do? He said he has invited the IG, who is at first to come into his house and find out what is the cause of the shooting. So if he cannot find the cause of the shooting in his house, now where is the report of that shooting since the last 2 weeks? So he likes to make it, statement because he knows he makes the statement, he goes to sleep. The same way he will tell Nigerians that, oh, bandit, I'm going to do decisively with you. He has been saying the same thing since the last 5 years. Oh, Mr. President is angry. Oh, Mr. President has given a matching order. They have it in a computer where they print it out. Then, if there's another attack by bandits in Katsina, the president will be a matching order. And then the service will run to Katsina, do like this, and then go back, and the killing will continue. Or they will go and negotiate with the bandits, and the bandits will collect their money to buy more and return back to the business. Leadership is something that is very simple. And I told you, the basic responsibility of government under Section 14 is protection of life and property. That is the basic. That is the only thing the president is called to do. Now, you cannot protect life. You cannot protect property. The economy is in bad shape. What about our unity? You saw the suit by the southern leaders, they've been crying. Has Nigeria got to a point when they are now seeking for $50 billion or $50 billion or thereabout because of the lopsidedness and the segregation the president has carried on? Because the president from the day even...
Okay, welcome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this live broadcast today. I remain Mazi Ezoke. It's 4 minutes past the hour, 9 o'clock. I had scheduled to have this conversation earlier today, but I had some technical issues. Now, as usual, it would be nice to know where you are watching me from. As the title says, it's very simple. The title is about or rather the update on the demolition, on the demolished embassy in Ghana. The Ghanaians have spoken, and we now have more clarity as regards to what happened. And in this clarity that we have, my stand hasn't necessarily changed. Rather, it has actually enforced my belief to know that what I said before stands, and what my belief in terms of what happened is actually being reinforced because it's made from a point of an informed position. And as you all know, like my good brother Ikenga, him Ugochukwu Imo, whom I just played his clip now, like he said, is very simple. What happened is very simple. How come that the president hasn't said anything? The Ghana, demolished our embassy, and we're here speaking grammar. Let's, for those of you who haven't heard him, let me play that clip once more.
As opposition, who is like the conscience of the vote, is to say the truth at all time. I'm not going to massage him. Are you getting me? So I'm not going to lie. So the point is this: can you imagine Nigeria, the giant of Africa, Ghana, and their people, whatever will happen, they demolish our embassy. In international law, that is declaration of war. Our first missile would have dropped. But do you have a president that can do that? He's gonna go and beg them. Can you tell me what happened?
He can't get, my brother. Stop there. It's even about the missile. I would ask, do we even have a missile, or do we even have a missile launcher? You know, on this rare occasion, I would honestly miss the ancestor, General Sani Abacha, because I could imagine as a, if General Abacha was to be the president in this. So by now, a decisive action would have been taken, because at the end of the day, what has happened is unbelievable. Now, I have in front of us here, and I want to go through this with us so that we understand my position, because again, I have read several comments from my Ghanaian friends, and some of you, if you go to the video, I've seen some Ghanaians saying that Nigeria is so full of themselves. Some of them can't even spell fool, but it doesn't matter. But it shows you when people stuck from a point where they do not understand what is happening. Now, what I have on my screen here is a statement by the Ghanaian Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Shirley Ayoko Butch Way, who is equally as an MP on the breach. Now look at this word in here. He says, on the breach of premises of the High Commission of Nigeria located blah, 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 when on the 19th the incident happened. Underline this word here because he or she understands, or she understands what it means, that this is a breach. And this is what they sent out to most of us as the press. They said, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, following the incident regarding the breach, now again, so that some of you Ghanaians who said that Nigeria was ignoring court order, I laugh. Listen, you people are lucky that you have Buhari, who is not to be seen, who is hiding. Because if we had a president, if maybe president like Idiabo or someone like Abacha, by now, Ghana will be looking for someone to mediate in that crisis. If I went to the president, I said it and I'm repeating it, I would have arrested all the staffs of the Ghanaian. I mean, I wouldn't probably destroy the building, but at least I would immediately arrest every single. You need to do something to show your anger. But look at this. Let's look at, because honestly, like here, I keep telling us, I deal with facts, not emotions, and this is clearly fact, a violation of the territorial integrity of Nigeria, because the embassy, every single embassy serves as that nation, a country in another country. And I gave us an example of Julian Assange, who owned WikiLeaks. Julian Assange was in Ecuadorian embassy in the United Kingdom for that long. Nothing could have happened. The British, the Americans, the Swedish couldn't do anything. He was in England, but the English people couldn't do anything because he was on a protected territory. What on earth, even if Nigeria owned 1 million years of non-payment of rent, nothing on earth would make you go demolish. For Christ's sake. Honestly, by now, if Nigeria was to be a country, that what's it called? The king or whoever who authorized that demolition, if it wasn't done by the Ghanaians, should have been extradited to Nigeria immediately. If we had anyway, this is only DSS that are only interested in asking young people to open their phones so that they can see what is in their phone. If we had an intelligent military or any security, whatever, they should have, boxed that guy out of Ghana. That guy should have been in Kuje by now. What are you talking about? You violate a nation, and here we are. Okay, let me just get to what I want to show us here. Now, pay attention here. Pay attention here. It says, following the incident regarding the breach, again, the woman calls it breach because that's what it is, of the premises of the High Commission of Nigeria located blah, 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 blah on the date. The preliminary findings, what they have found out, they said, and now they can confirm that and this is specifically for Ghanaians. Go and co. Those watching me, those that have commented on this video, I want you to come back and I will send it to you. The High Commission of Nigeria presented letter referenced SCL blah 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 on the August, that is the day they acquired it, granting allocation and right of entry to the High Commission. And again, what is it? The High Commission of Nigeria further presented a receipt of payment on the state land made by bank draft payable to the Executive Secretary of the Land Commission in Ghana. The Land Commission stated that the said 4 acres parcel of land is part of vested land which is owned by the Osustu. Bear in mind here, the Osustu are the ones that actually, it's like a mini kingdom. They were the ones that destroyed it, but that is irrelevant because the Osustu requested they didn't do due diligence here. Now, let me ignore these ones because for me it does not make any it isn't making much sense anyway. It says the Land Commission stated that per its processes of granting lease, its record did not reveal any previous transaction in respect of the land in question. The Land Commission revealed that a letter referenced AC blah blah blah, July 19th, signed by the regional land officer and addressed to the High Commission, informing that Osustu had requested Land Commission to grant a lease to a third party. Now you are granting a lease to a third party. It is irrelevant here again. Now let us get to the let us get to here. It says, unfortunately, owing to the fact that the High Commission did not obtain a lease following the allocation letter, proceed to obtain a land title certificate, land title certificate. Again, if somebody in your country acquires land, what do? Is it not your duty or the duty of the land registry to do the needful? Now, this is where I am interested in. It says here, it is worth noting this. Point 3. It is worth noting that Article 22 and 30 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations stipulates the premises of the mission, highlighted here, premises of the mission, as well as the private residence of a diplomatic agent, shall be here, and this is the word here, inviolable, meaning impenetrable, You cannot enter. You cannot. If somebody now is a thief, somebody, for instance, somebody shoots a president, runs and jumps the fence, goes into an embassy. There is nothing on earth you can do to extract him because that individual has left that country. What you now do is you begin to engage in diplomatic relations in order to get that. Again, and this is for the illiterate and ignorant Ghanaians. This is for you. Then he says, the incident of Friday, a week tomorrow, 19th June 2020, constitutes a breach of the convention. Of which convention? Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relationship, which says that high commissions, their residence, anywhere a diplomat lives, any diplomatic agent shall be inviolable. You have no right under this earth to violate that. Question therefore is, why did Ghana do this? And why did Nigeria not react? Yes, I understand the concept of Pan-Africanism, what Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Nanda Azikiwe, what they stood for, the African unity. But people, African unity does not mean that you have to come to my house and violate me. I wouldn't take that. Again, I use the same proverb that if a snake does not behave like a snake, children will tie the snake or use the snake as a rope to tie the palm frond or to tie firewood. In this case, Nigeria has failed and has failed abysmally. There is no two ways about this. Then again, look at what they said in 4. It says, in light of the above, the government of Ghana has decided as follows. So for the Ghanaians who are ignorant and who do not understand, who think that Nigeria are full of themselves, sorry, but we can't help you. The Land Commission will issue a letter to the Osu Tradition Council stating that in August 2020, a formal offer was made to the High Commission of Nigeria in respect of this land parcel of land in question. The offer was accepted by the High Commission and payment made. Accordingly, that constitutes the contract. Case closed. Sorry, if you don't like it, but that is it. So some of you who came online to say that Nigeria, the reason why it was demolished is that Nigeria does not pay their rent. Then I ask you, if you do not pay rent, even in today's world, you have no right to, without court injunction, to go to a landlord, to go to your tenant and throw away their properties without the court enforcing it. Because in this case, this was nothing like, it was nothing short of what we see in Lagos, what we see anywhere. People taking laws into their hands. In this case, this Ghanaian traditional stool has taken laws into their hands. Now they continue. They said the Land Commission will proceed to issue a land title certificate to them. No, make una no issue now. The Commission of Ghana will take immediate steps to engage the Osu stool and all stakeholders on the impasse. Because this is the traditional stool, let me liken it to the above Bini, or maybe the Olu of Ishekiri or Ijo or whatever it's called. Is it Olu of Ishekiri? Or maybe Obi of Furniture. That's why, remember on Saturday they said that the police is investigating, they will make arrests. Now they are not making any arrest actually. They said, following the arrest of some persons connected to the breach of these premises of the High Commission of Nigeria, the Criminal Investigation Department to expedite action on investigation, given the dictate nature of the matter and its potential ramification on Ghana-Nigerian relationship. Again, highlight here, the ramification on Nigerian-Ghana relationship. What it means is Ghana actually know that Nigeria has the right and they could do something, but Nigeria is not doing it because there is no governance being provided in Nigeria. There is no president. My brother Imo said it clearly. There is no president. The president, we don't know where he is. He doesn't speak to anybody. He doesn't sit down as I am today. We can have conversation. You ask me the questions. I answer these questions, no matter how difficult these questions are. But you have a president who only hides in Asorok, and we only see him on camera. Well, we don't touch him anyway. He was never visible before COVID. So how can he be visible now? So it's the same thing. The man is, again, on this rare occasion, will means the great ancestor who normally sends us credit a lot whenever we are broke, the luthologist, that is late General Sani Abacha, the man who stole more than, even when oil was, I think, about $11 or $9. But the guy stole so much that the moment the alert enter, well, the ones we have now are actually re-stealing it, re-taking the money in the name of what they call it. They call it trader money or whatever the name is. They are re-taking the money now. The money is getting nowhere. So finally, he says here, let me state emphatically that government takes a serious view on the violation. Now, the Ghanaian embassy is getting a little bit afraid. They said here, finally, let me state emphatically that government takes a serious view of the violation of the diplomatic premises while expressing deep regrets over the incident. She wished to assure the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that the government of Ghana will pursue this matter to its logical conclusion and ensure that the perpetrators are sanctioned in accordance with the law of the land. Now, I don't think Ghana is going to sanction anyone. I think Ghana is not going to sanction anyone. Now, they are telling us we in the media. Meanwhile, I wish to entreat the media to be circumspect in their reportage on the matter. What you want, you should have been, you shouldn't have carried it out in the first instance. Now, there are development here. I got from a professor who told me that actually what was happening is as a result of Buhari not supporting Nana Akufo-Addo in the last election, that he supported the opponent, I think John whatever. So I think is it John Mahama, that he supported the opponent. So that's why it's, it appears they actually knew, in order to spit in your face, that there is nothing you can do. And I said, well, the deed has been done. If I were to be the president, wallahi, this Osustu monarch would have been cooling off in Kuje prison or Kirikiri maximum prison. Or even if there is any DSS prison in Asorok, that's where the man should be for destroying Nigerian embassy. Because it's only when you bite in matters like this shall people not tomorrow wake up to do something like this. Because it beats me silly, honestly. It beats me silly to think that something like this could actually happen in Nigeria, and here we are talking about it in this way, without your government that has been missing in action doing anything. Your government is missing in action. Now, having said that, that takes me to the next issue here, which is about bad governance. Bad governance. Let me go. I would go. I'm from the southeast. I am an Igbo. I have, I am one of those. I'm unapologetically Igbo, so don't like it. Look for the nearest transformer. That's who I am. However, here I have the governor of Imo State. For the first time in a long while, the people of Imo are now going on the street to protest. In a long while, the people of Imo are now going on the street to protest. You think I'm kidding you? The people of Imo now For the first time, pensioners, our mothers are beginning to go to the streets now to protest. Our mothers. What has never happened, or rather, all the while that the previous governor was there, Emeki Ihedioha, this never happened. Now our mothers are beginning to protest in Nima. What now happening? Can you believe that? Honestly, seeing this, it was sad for me to watch our mothers for the first time going on the streets. These are people who have worked. These are people who have worked, who have done their best. But here they are. You can see that our mothers are protesting in Imo State, blocking roads. Why? Because the governor that we have in Imo State cannot pay their salary. This is so heartbreaking that when I see something like this, it hurts me. And I'm like,
these are the Igbo State pensioners.
Okay.
Our government is owing them for 3 months now, their salaries. They are doing protests today against the government. They are saying that the government should come to their rescue and pay them their money. They have been owing them for a month now. Imo State government. They say that our governor is frustrating them. He came to Imo State for frustration.
Okay, so you have seen that. Now you ask yourself, I don't know, some of you, to understand what we mean here, please, some of you in the diaspora, just think for 1 second. You are in England, you are in America, you are in, God knows where you are. Just think for a moment. You work, you earn maybe £2,000. Your mortgage is £500. Let's say your mortgage is £1,000, or you work in New York. You earn $3,000, and your mortgage is $1,500. Your car bill, your car note, everything comes up to like $2,600, and you work in a month. You will not be paid. And I keep wondering, how do they survive? Someone works. You won't pay the. I keep asking, how do they survive? What level of wickedness would make someone, pensioners, people who have served with their youth, people who are maybe above 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. Some of them, all they need is maybe 9,000, 10,000, even 12,000 is what they get monthly. Some of them, maybe how could they pay rent? Look at them. These are our mothers. These are our parents. It breaks my heart, honestly. It breaks my heart to see this. When I look at things like this, it really breaks my heart. And this is reason why you have a government, and the government in Imo State appear to be deaf and dumb. To the point that these men and women. Now the question I ask is, how was Emeki Ihedioha doing it when he was the governor of Imo State? How was he doing it that these people could be paid, but suddenly here they are, they no longer can be paid? It hurts, honestly. It hurts when I look at these things, that my mothers will be on the street in order, protest for them to get what is due for them. It hurts. It hurts even to think about it for 1 second. Look at them. These are our parents. And that is the reason why I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it because it has to stop. It has to stop. There is no in their better years. Now is the time to make sure that they are taken care of, and we cannot, get them to the point that they can be comfortable. It makes me real sad. Now, if I leave, if I leave Imo State, then I come into what's it called, Lagos State. The reason why I picked these two states is because they are the two states that have been in the news recently. Then you come to Lagos State. The last man, I'm going somewhere because it appears to be that there is one common denominator here, and it's either the political party or the political structure. Okay? So it's sorry, but it's not a coincidence here that you have something like this happening, that people could do their work, and after doing their work you will not pay them. How do you expect them to leave? How do you expect the people, someone is basically doing his job, be it in Imo State, where you do not pay, current people working, or be it in Lagos State, where the LASMA officials that you haven't actually bothered to pay them. 1 month, 2 months, 3 freaking months, to the point that they have to now go on the street to protest. To the point that they have to go on the street to protest. I need to find a video. Yeah, and that video I think was covered by Saharareporters. That video is a young chap who is a political hallelujah boy. He's a political hallelujah boy. The guy, basically, let me see. Yeah, I think I found that video now. Let me bring the video in here. So we listen to this video, and it's going to help us to understand what I am talking about here. So hold on. Let me. Sorry. So let me quickly bring this in. So this is okay. So this is the video here. Let me share that quickly with us, and tab. Okay. So now watch this. You see why this nation is in a mess. Listen attentively. Watch this.
Mr. Olamide Suleiman, and what's a supervisor? He's a supervisor with the Lagos State Waste Management Authority. So a couple of weeks back, he made a video on the plight of Lagos. Okay, so this guy, because I don't need to play all the videos, but I need to get to the point where he talked about something interesting here. This guy is a supervisor at the Lagos State Waste Management Agency, which is the LASMA. They carry all the waste in Lagos. Now, who is he? He was one of those they
which is the governor of Lagos State right now. I can pay fine in 2019, which is last year. So he knows me very well. He knows that I'm very hardworking. So because of my health challenge, one day after he
okay, now he campaigned for this. Campaigned for the sitting governor, and afterwards, what they could give him was to make him a supervisor in the waste management. How much does he earn? He earns 60,000. No, is it 40,000? Okay, before I misquote him, let me see.
That recent video that went viral about.
So he did a video. Sorry, he did a video that went viral where he complained that he hasn't been paid, and his fellow workers, those working under him, hasn't been paid as well. So they are not getting their salaries. You can imagine, just like in Imo State, where our mothers who are pensioners haven't been paid for 3 months. The same way in Lagos State, you have someone there that have not paid workers for 3 months. Lagos State makes money, the only self-sustaining state. You ask yourself, where is this money going to? And that is going to get me to where I'm going. It appears where this money in Lagos and Imo State is going is what Obaseki in Benin is fighting. Because suddenly you have Godfatherism, people who say, you see, because, I had a conversation with some politicians over the weekend, and I asked them a question: what does it mean to carry people along? Because whenever you hear politicians talk about carrying people along, it means if they accuse you of not carrying people along, that means you are not sharing money. And in this case, that's what Ambode was accused of, because Ambode was not, in their view, sharing money. So, and because of that, this then happened in Lagos State, that people now...
aṣọ ṣìírìn aṣọ yín àfẹ́mọ́ aṣọ àfẹ́mọ́ ẹgbà pàtí kí láǹfààní iṣẹ́ náà ṣe dáàrú ṣùgbà ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ ẹgbà ṣe òṣì aṣọ ìyá yìí ẹbí àjẹwà àṣemọ́ ẹgbà aṣọ yìí láì jẹ wá lówó àwa rẹ̀ láti ṣiṣẹ́ fún yín gbogbo wa kọ́ la wá tọ̀ wọn bá wa táwọn aṣọ yín rèé o àwa tó kù náà a máa bá yín kó pàǹtí yín wa. Ẹgbà àṣemọ́ àṣemọ́ àṣemọ́.
So, case of Lagos State, they have collected their 2,000, and some of them, like they've done in Okota, burnt the Igbo votes or Igbo voters, their ballot boxes. Bear in mind, after the burning of those Igbo votes in Okota, no rerun was conducted, meaning someone was behind it. They've achieved their aim. They've achieved what they wanted to do. It means clearly someone was behind it. Someone at the helm of affairs supported that to happen. Okay? So now this is what has then happened. You ask yourself, Imo State is an APC state. Abia State, Lagos State is an APC state. Why is it only in APC state that they can't pay pensioners, they can't pay workers? And those are states that have godfathers. Doesn't that tell you that godfatherism is evil? Is that making sense now? Doesn't that tell you that godfatherism is evil? For me, that's a conviction, and that's one thing that clears the air for Edo. Because if Obaseki is running helter-skelter and they are accusing him of not opening, in their own words, not mine, they said, yes, because he clamped down on the tax collection of Edo. If somebody is telling you, hey, you clamp down on tax collection in Edo, that's why we will not vote for you. It shows you that that individual does not want the people to prosper. That individual only is interested in the things that can come in his or her pocket. Because that's what it is. It's as simple as that. Then you ask the question, you know, Lagos State, for instance, Ambode never owed last month, right? So why all of a sudden the last month is being owed? My good friend Asoko, that is the Mike Asoko, whom I actually are going to have a one-on-one on Saturday, had this cartoon. And because when you look at the crisis plunging in the APC, you might think to yourself, Mike is actually brilliant because I like this. You say before APC used to be a broom, but now this is what I credit him. Mike is, I mean, it's for me, he is nothing but a legend. I agree. Tony Bennett says, Mazi, good evening. The bottom line is that Nigeria is a failed state, no president. So what do you expect? Even the embassy in Congo has been destroyed. No, the embassy in Congo was an old video. It's not recent anyway. I think last year or so. But again, irrespective of what it was, when it was, Congo had no right to destroy or to throw away Nigerian ambassador or the embassy staffs out of the embassy, because that is a no-no. You don't do something like that. You don't need, you don't do something like that. Okay. So at the end of the day, it is indeed sad now that the APC is in this as well, because the two states, as I mentioned, these two states are the APC state. Why? Why is that happening? Only APC state, Abi. As Mama P would say, now only them waka komba. Yet you watch something that that will crack you up, and you watch. If you look at what Adams Oshomole was saying before, to the point, the man who today they have given the APC ticket, Adams Oshomole once had this song for that man. Yeah, Adams Oshomole, he can always wax songs. He had this song for the man. Look what he sang for Izeyamo.
A loser, 700 million. You are a loser, 700 million. You are a loser. EFCC waiting for you.
Did you hear that? I was thinking that Izeyamo, you are a looter. Izeyamo, you are a looter. That EFCC is waiting for you. Let me play that once more. Oh dear.
A loser, 700 million. You are a loser, 700 million. You are a loser. EFCC waiting for you. One more time. 700 million. You are a loser. Pastor, you are a loser. Yamu, you are a loser. PFCC waiting for you. Thank you and God bless.
Oh dear. Aren't we a nation of comedians? This is a campaign ground. This is a man you are thinking against. Now the question is, you said he was a looter, that EFCC is waiting for him. If you are coming today to tell us that he's no longer a looter, that means in my worldview, you should be prosecuted for false information, unless what you said stands. But if not, you should be prosecuted. But hey, he has made such allegations, and here we are. You're just moving on. And the same person now, as you know, they've ratified that today the president dissolved the NWC, the National Working Committee of the APC, where Gideon was made, who got the chairman, the interim injunction through ex parte order to be the party head. But what it means by the statement of the president today, both Oshomola and Gideon, both of them they've both gone forever and ever. They're never going to come back. So it is, the Germans will say it is vorbei, fertig. We are not, what I'm only trying to point out this evening is about the bad governance, because, and this bad governance does not only affect the people of Lagos State, but again, I think Lagos State money is going somewhere that it ought not to go. Hence, the reason why those that have worked cannot actually, take get anywhere. And I believe, as Asoko again clearly showed here, I believe that this is the way we are fighting the corruption. Take that. Your best is not enough. People are dying in Nigeria, in Katsina, Kaduna, Benue, everywhere on a massive scale. Yet you have someone who says he's the president, he cannot protect the lives nor the properties of the individuals he is meant to govern. How can that individual, sometimes I ask myself, how do they even sleep at night? If you know that you're not providing leadership where leadership ought to be. Now, on the other hand, the PDP equally have eventually decided that what's it called? Obaseki, they've stepped down, and Obaseki is now the candidate of PDP. However, I am so concerned because you know what it means in the Nigerian political terrain for someone to step down. I am so concerned that this man was pushed to this point, that he was pushed to this point, because I think the treasury of Edo people is what is suffering this. It will be unbelievable. I don't want to think about how much it would have costed for them to get. Watch what they've just said here.
Waiver granted to His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki and Deputy Governor Comrade Philip Shaibu by the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Appeal to all party leaders and members to support the patriotic decision of the leadership of our great party. We, the elders, leaders, and critical stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 3 senatorial districts of Edo State, on behalf of our people, wish to heartily and joyfully welcome His Excellency, Governor Godwin Obaseki, and Deputy Governor, His Excellency, Comrade Philip Shaibu, and their teaming supporters to our great party, the PDP. We salute and appreciate the vision and dynamism of our leaders at all levels, who worked earnestly to make the coming of our governor and the deputy governor into our party a reality. Starting from the national chairman of our party, Prince Uche Secondus, members of the National Working Committee, His Excellency Right Honorable Aminu Tambuwal.
So now again, for me, it's irrelevant here. Honestly, I say these things the way I feel. I understand that he's been granted waivers. I understand that he's been elected today. But I still weep for Edo. This is money that was meant for governance. Only God knows how many billions listen, this madness happening those two things. There is no longer meritocracy. Imagine if someone had been in the PDP for 5, 10, 15 years, waiting for his turn to become the governor of Edo State, and suddenly someone becomes from another party because of the way the party treated him and because of the power of incumbency. You just grant him this waiver. One, you destroy the morale of the other people who are in the party. Second, the people will begin to, lose faith. Now, imagine anyone who ever lost the ambition to be the governor of Edo State, and that person is in PDP. And he tells you, sorry, I want to contest. And because they wanted to have only one person, what then happens? The person begins to name his price, because apparently that's what it is. They will tell you to name your price. When you name your price, then you become, they'll buy you out. And I believe, let no one tell me, let nobody tell me that monies didn't exchange hands. Obviously, monies did. That's why you can say that these people are where they are. And I mean, sometimes I say madness everywhere. Then you come down, you come down to my home state of Anambra. You see, I made a video the other day. People are now commissioning bad road, just in a way to tell the government that you're not doing anything. I have been seeking them to come on air. Let me invite them before I invite others. Then come on air, come and tell us what you're doing at the Anambra International Airport. No one has agreed. But yet, whenever I make a video, they will tell me, yeah, Maz, the airport is going on. If an airport in Anambra State, my own state, is going on, come online and tell us what you're doing. Or maybe you're waiting for me to come to ArewaRepublic so that you people can get me, isn't it? You're not going to see me. The day I will get to the airport, that's what I do. I'm a spirit when it comes to that. I move around, and the day I will come, and the day I'll video it, and I will still publish it. But you have the opportunity to come here to show us, bring the videos here. Send me the videos, I will play. If you are watching me and you are close to those in Anambra who can't fix our roads, look at Anambra here. This is my home state. So it's not only about federal government. Look at our road. This is Anambra. This is Obuduku Road. This is Obuduku Road in my own home state. So what these NGO guys did, and I applaud them. Applaud them for this, because if they say if the which is if the butterfly learns to fly without touching, the hunter must learn to shoot without aiming. That's what it is. If you can no longer commission roads that you have finished, then let us commission your failure. Look at the houses. Look at where the road was. It's insane. Look at where the road was before. Look at where the road was, and look at how deep this is. Yet we will want to hold the federal government account, but we cannot hold our governors to account. No, not with me. I must hold both of them. As long as we are still part of this entity, as long as we have not moved away from this entity, we must keep holding them to account. Now we have these states. How can we govern ourselves if by now, look at Oka, maize, whatever, everywhere. Look at how deep this is. This is Obodukuro, this is on Anambra State. These pictures were taken this week. And you tell me that we have human beings in government houses. Abba is no different. Onitsha, the commercial hat now, the Japan. Man, sometimes I look at these things, it just breaks my heart. You know, it just throws me off, because these things are the things that we must also address. We must not only, you know, be talking about what happens at the federal level, but we must also look at our places. Our places are really getting so dastardly bad. Look at it. This is our place. Can you imagine that human beings govern, human beings as in human, as in not animals, that they govern people who live here? Not if you had, look, oh, this is supposed to be normally this is a dual carriageway with this barricade in the middle. The left-hand side is the relief market. If you go straight, you head into Onitsha-Owerri Road. You know, this is actually a bypass from the Niger Bridge. When you head into Atani, enter Oboduku Road, you know, go through a little bit of Atani Road, a little bit of Opoko, and enter Oboduku Road, where you have the enamel, and straight you bust out at the Onitsha-Owerri Road industrial layout. But look at the way it is. My point remains, why we blame the federal government? Why we blame, like the lawsuit, someone is saying here, Mentor Seni, sorry, not Mentor, Tony Bennett said the Pandef suing 50 billion naira. I understand, I mean, I need to get back to them on the issue of money, because honestly, I don't understand why it's money. It's not what they are suing for should not be quantified with money. So let me not comment on what I don't know, because I deal with facts. I need to understand how they arrived at 150 million. 50 million, is it the amount if people from the southeast, south, middle belt are given opportunities? Is it the amount they would have earned? I don't know how that's honest. That's my honest take on that. I don't know. But it's something I'm willing to reach out and find out what that is, how they arrived. I wish Ozekome can answer my what's it called? Some of you who have in the media, what's it called? Telephone number. Sorry, if you can, this number here. If you can, you know, send me, if you're watching me and you have a Mike Ezekome's number, if you can send me his number on this WhatsApp, I want to reach out. I want to understand why we did not actually, you know, why we are basically going for money. So I'm confused, but that's on a different issue. But let me come back to the issue of my state. Now, this is bad governance. I have X-rayed 3 states. One is Lagos State, where you have total godfatherism. Money meant for governance in Lagos State goes into the hands that they ought not to. We saw at the eve of election, someone's house, we saw bullion van. Bullion van only carried money from central bank to a bank. But here we saw bullion van, apparently from central bank, I do not know, to an individual's house at the eve of an election. Now use your tongue to count your teeth. What that means, I don't want to be sued, but it is unbelievable. So where and how did they get this money? Now in Imo State, they said, if you say a Supreme Court governor and he doesn't like it, hey, sorry, I'm not in the business of making friends or making you to like me. All I do here is for the people. As long as the people, as long as the downtrodden, as long as the ordinary people where I belong are not happy, and the things that we ought to do, we are not doing them. We cannot shut up. We cannot keep quiet. My job on earth may be just to keep speaking for the voiceless, because it is entirely wrong. And I'm calling once more Hope Uzodinma. It is not acceptable that our fathers, our mothers who have given their best would be allowed to basically live the way they are living. You cannot pay them. I mean, Sometimes I say I wish I had money, but how many people as an individual can you even pay their pension? Some of them after this conversation, after the protest, some of them might even die. Now, and we will say we haven't killed anyone, whereas we are the reason why they died, because they've spent all their life working and we couldn't take care of them. Now, come down to my state of Anambra, this is where we have madness everywhere. Madness everywhere. I don't want to even talk about the roads in my town. During the campaign, what they call EEE road, Ekulumili Ezinifite, Ekulobia Ezinifite, Ekulumili road. The road that goes from local government in Ekulobia cuts across my town is stopped at for Ezinifite, for Ameku. Now, the portion that goes from Ezinifite to Ekulumili, it was done. They put gutters both sides, saying they're going to do it. Last Christmas, it was dust everywhere. The sand, the latrate is already evaporating because when people drive, it keeps now rainy season. All the sand is being washed away. That means whenever they come back, maybe this government or next government, they have to now begin to redo them again. You ask yourself, why the madness? This is indeed madness, because it personally pisses me off. We could do these things if prudence is brought to government. If we are prudent enough, if we're not extravagant, we can do these things without breaking the bank. But here we are, a state, individuals, human beings, not animals, human beings. Tell me how these people will progress. This place is died off. Look at that house on your left. Look. The house, I hope my mouse is moving. Look at the house here. The house here, no one can live in that house because you could be sleeping. I mean, you couldn't live in that house. You couldn't. There is a big channel, water channel, what they call gutter in Nigeria here. There is a big gutter channel that goes to the Idemili River that gets into, what's it called? Idemili River in Odudua that flows into River Niger. And that water channel is called the Sakamori. Sakamori it comes all the way from Fege, Bida, it goes in through Fege, Mr. Lems, Port Harcourt Road. It goes in through Housing Estate, Premier Brewers, Last Brewers. Then it cuts across and goes into Opoko. From Opoko, it goes into Yowo there, right? These are all these areas. I mean, growing up in Onitsha, I know all this area by heart. Born in Ozubulu Street in Fege, Onitsha. So I mean, I've been wonderful, and honestly, it breaks my heart because growing up in Onitsha, this is not how the city looked. We should be improving. Like I keep giving us analysis. Anytime I visit Dubai, if I come back 6 months or 1 year or 2 years later, Dubai that I saw 2 years ago is an improvement of what I saw before. But here we are, a nation, my state, not Lagos, not Ibadan, not anywhere you can see things keep going backwards. How did someone on earth leave this road to get to this point? How? There are things, honestly, I don't understand. My brain can't comprehend it because how did we allow this road to get to this point? It breaks me, honestly. It breaks me. I just can't understand it. But here we are. In Nigerian pidgin English, they say waiting man go do. Yeah, waiting man go do. We'll keep talking. We'll not go, what we go do now? If you go do anything now, if you say you're the junior brother from Boko Boys, isn't it? So we'll keep doing what we do best. to bring the attention of those in government, for them to know that we are aware of what is happening. People, we are aware of what is happening. So this evening, thank you. On this note, I will say thank you very much for joining me in this evening broadcast. The nation, honestly, there is nothing to be happy about being a Nigerian. There is absolutely nothing. Not from governance, the way you and I are being governed, not from those who govern us, not in state, local government, anywhere, nothing. Nothing. And, you know, I keep saying it. We have to somehow get back to ArewaRepublic. We have to get back to ArewaRepublic. We are exploring the legal route of collapsing the whole thing and go back to the 1963 constitution that was agreed by the people but set aside and discarded by the military. Because there is all these things doesn't work. The states are incapacitated. You have glorified primary school children in there as leaders. They couldn't do the basic things that human beings do. Then at the federal level, you don't have a president whom, when another nation demolished her embassy, you had nothing from them. As I think that was said by Mentor Oseni here, I think I read a comment. Oseni made a very interesting comment here where he said, let me see if I can find his comment. Yes, Oseni said the following: Nigeria should have used Ghana to send a strong signal to ECOWAS communities. And I will not only say ECOWAS communities. If I was the president, I would be doing something, and other people by now will be calling for peace to reign. I wouldn't have taken it lightly. But hey, your president is nowhere to be seen. Someone, Bernard is saying I should visit Benroad South. I can't even go to Benroad South. With what? I don't have helicopter to go to Benroad South. Is it Benroad South or Benroad North? Huh? The only nature that we used to know then, growing up in the 80s, it's gone. When we used to do competition between the Frege, Frege and what's it called, the Ndubol. There is a very massive pipe, when we either you stand up and cross it or you bowl off. But here, everything has been destroyed. Don't we sometimes get ashamed? Don't we sometimes get ashamed that you ask yourself as a leader, how would I be remembered if I have governed Anambra State for 8 years? I promised them that I would, in record time, build an international airport. And you have failed on that. How would you feel that Sonwo-Olu in Lagos State, people are working for 3 good months, the first month, and you see the thing that breaks my heart actually, and this is real. The street sweepers in Lagos are paid 30,000 now. 30,000. 30,000. 30,000 is about 60 pounds or 7 Sorry, I think my connection. Sometimes when I begin to hit the government hard, it appears my connection begins to wobble. If whenever I'm online saying something that is against the government, my connection begins to wobble. Like I said before, 30,000, I think pounds is about 325 or 330. Sorry, 525 or 530. But let's say conservatively, you go by 500 naira. 30,000 naira is 50 pounds, 60 pounds. 60 pounds. Ask yourself, many of you in Europe, in London, can you fill your car full tank with 60 pounds? And this is what our mothers earn to sweep the street, to make that place look clean. And they don't even, you see, the worst part is if you keep faith in paying them 60 pounds, if you keep faith in paying them 60 naira, 30,000 naira, then maybe fine. But you don't. You owe them for 3 months, 90 pounds, 90,000 naira for 3 months. Mothers with families, with houses. Now tell me how they can survive. 30,000 times 12, 360,000. Many of them live in houses. Tell me which house they will get for 360,000. Their transportation to work is in that 360,000. And the worst part is that you do not even pay them. Just thinking about it alone makes me, it makes me want to get angry. You don't even pay them the money that is accruable to them. You don't pay them. Why? What manner of wickedness is this? Sure. Imo State. I made a tweet the other day or something on my Facebook page. The two knives in the house of a widow. The one that is sharp doesn't have a handle. The one that has a handle is not sharp. The dilemma of a black man. The dilemma of Nigerians. Once more, I say, I remember Ezoke. Aburi Accord of 1967 or the Republican Constitution of 1966 that will bring us back to regions is the only answer to this quagmire. Every region must be ready and willing to develop at their own pace. If they want to build railways, let them do. It is criminal, to say the least, to have railways in the exclusive list. You can have the regulatory body, but if the South want to connect the entire South from Lagos to Ibadan to Abia to Benin to Kogi, Kwara, Asaba, Onitsha, Enugu, for Christ's sake, let them go ahead and do that. Let them generate the traffic. But what we have is a nation that will go and borrow $22.7 billion to do infrastructural development, and you ignore two regions of this nation, and some others are clapping, whereas they will be among those that will pay the most, 22.7 billion, and we'll clap ourselves and we say you are a changed government. On that note, your government is a disappointment and a failure to the people. Yes, I said it. Once more, everyone, good evening and have a wonderful day. I remain Mazi Ezoke, signing off.